What's going on, friends? Welcome back to College Sports Corner. Hope you're having a great Sunday morning. Not too great here. It's been raining. It's going to be raining all day here in Southeast Texas. So, good day. Sit inside, watch some college basketball, NFL playoffs, all kinds of good stuff on TV. Rather be outside doing stuff, but hey, what are you going to do? All right, so we're going to go over some things here, some games since last Thursday. We're going to go over some news items before we get started. Hit that little subscribe button right there so you don't miss anything. Let's get down to the news. This just came down about 15, 20 minutes ago. Evidently, yesterday or last night in Dallas, Stetson Bennett arrested on a public intoxication charge. Could be worse things. I mean, when I was younger, I had a PI. I'm sure a lot of you had a PI. At least he wasn't driving, though. I mean, that's the good thing. I guess if you're going to get some kind of intoxication charge, don't be driving. But yeah, I guess he's out of jail. I don't know. Like I said, it just came down like 15 minutes ago, so who knows. 82 underclassmen declared for the NFL draft this year. That's fewer than previous years, evidently. Did not know that. Speaking of Georgia, wide receiver A.D. Mitchell, he transfers to Texas. Story comes out that LSU accidentally overpaid Brian Kelly by $1 million last year. I'll tell you what, let them keep it. I thought they'd win 6, maybe 7 games. I didn't think they'd win the West, beat Bama, and go to the SEC championship game. But hey, let him keep it, man. I think he outdid the expectations. Tennessee gives Josh Heupel an extension and then raised to $9 million a year. I like what he's doing there. I think he's doing a good job. Can't wait to see what happens there in the future. Washington State, they extends coach Jake Dickhart's contract through 2027. Hey, do you remember years ago the Indiana quarterback Antoine Randall L? I think he went on to play for the Steelers and Eagles or Lions, maybe. Remember? Good quarterback there at Indiana. Evidently, his brother, Marcus Randall L., who was a wide receiver for Wisconsin back in 2004, 5 and 6, if I remember right. He was convicted of 2 counts of first-degree homicide. Evidently, he deals drugs now, because I guess football didn't work out for him. Killed 2 women suspected of being narcs. Man. Boy, that's just a jacked up story, isn't it? I mean, man. Crazy ass crap going on in today's world, isn't it? But anyway, yeah, that's former Indiana quarterback Antoine Randall L., his brother Marcus. Probably going to go to prison for the rest of his life now. Be careful about the choices you make in life, kids. It can come back to bite you in the ass. Did you see that food delivery thing at the Duquesne game? Evidently, I don't use any of these people, DoorDash or whatever. Supposedly, there's a food delivery on the court during the game. Turns out it was a prank. Anybody impressed by that? I saw it and I thought, okay, and I got on with my life. So I don't know. Maybe some of you are impressed by it. Maybe some of you think it's funny. I was just like, okay. Kept on going. So Miami head coach Mario Cristobal fires his offensive coordinator Josh Babbis. Miami. They had a lot of expectations this last year, and they just weren't a good team. They're just not a good team. So Mayor Cristobal gets rid of Josh Baddis. See who they get in there. See if he can improve things there. Ended on some sad news here. Legendary college basketball analyst Billy Packer passed away at 82 years old. I always enjoyed him. I thought he brought a lot of insight during the games. He was the CBS lead analyst for 27 years. Covered 34 Final Fours. Man, that is incredible. But I always thought he's interesting. Always had interesting tidbits, a lot of good information during games. So prayers to Billy Packer and his family and friends and all those that worked with him. I thought he was good. I enjoyed him. All right, so let's go back to Thursday real quick. 14-8, James Madison beat Coastal Carolina 75-69. 14-8. Again, these records and rankings are back on that day, so a lot of things have changed. 14-8, Queens beat 14-8, Florida Gulf Coast by 2 points. 14-8, Hofstra beat Alien 82-65. 14-8, UT Martin beat Lindenwood 66-59. 10-12 Louisiana Monroe beat 17-5 Marshall 86-82 in 2 overtimes. 13-9 Radford, they beat 15-7 Longwood 63-59. 12-10 Wright State beat 14-7 Milwaukee 93-86. 17-6 UNC Wilmington beat Monmouth 52-49. Monmouth is 1-20 this season. Not a good year for them. 15-7 Towson beat Northeastern 72-63. 13-8 Western Illinois beat South Dakota by 3 points. 10-12 Tennessee Tech beat 14-8 SIUE 80-68. 14-7 Michigan State beat 12-8 Iowa 63-61. Iowa's been on TV a lot this year. I've probably seen about 8, 9, 10 of their games. Always on TV. Anyway, Michigan State's Akins 12.6 rebounds. 4 others had double-digit points for the Spartans. For Iowa, Ulis 17 points. Behind him, Rebraca 16 points, 11 rebounds. Number 21, 20-1 Florida Atlantic beat 13-8 Middle Tennessee 85-67. Florida Atlantic's Davis 25 points, 6 rebounds off the bench. Wow. 16-5 Memphis beat SMU 99-84. Memphis's Davis 25 points, 7 rebounds, 11 assists. 17-5 Liberty beat Stetson 74-45. 14-8 Northern Kentucky beat Green Bay 68-50. 16-6 Kennesaw State beat Austin Peay 84-57. 18-4 Southern Miss beat Arkansas State 73-57. 15-5 Rice beat 13-8 Charlotte 65-63. Rice's Olivari 26 points, 10 rebounds, followed by Mason with 15 points. Charlotte's Peterson had 18 points. 18-4 Oral Roberts beat Denver 102-61. Oral Roberts' Abamas 25 points in that one. 14-7 Grand Canyon beat Abilene Christian by 2 points. 14-9 St. Thomas, Minnesota beat South Dakota State 60-54. 17-4 Louisiana beat 13-9 Troy 72-57. 13-9 Southern Indiana beat Eastern Illinois by 4 points. 16-5 Sam Houston beat 16-5 Seattle 55-40. 13-8 Northwestern State beat Houston Christian 82-63. 15-7 Eastern Washington beat Idaho State 81-68. I'm sorry. 14-7 UAB beat Louisiana Tech 65-59. Number 1, 20-1 Purdue beat 11-9 Michigan 75-70. Purdue's Ide 19 points, 9 rebounds. Lawyer 17 points. They shot 54% from the field. Michigan's Dickinson 21.7 rebounds, followed by Bufkin 16 points, 4 rebounds. Michigan shot 44% from the field in that game. 12 of the last 23 days, Purdue has been on the road. They won all 5 of those road games. So Purdue's a hell of a team. Who are they playing today? I just saw it a while ago. I think they're playing Michigan State today. So I think Michigan plays Penn State first, and then I think Michigan State plays Purdue. I think this was, and they started at 11 a.m. 17-5 North Texas beat UTSA 63-59. North Texas Perry 21 points. 15-6 USC beat number 8 17-4 UCLA, their crosstown rival 77-64. USC's Ellis 31 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. They shot 49% from the field. Josquez Jr. for the Bruins 15 points, 8 rebounds. They shot 36% from the field. And UCLA actually led this game by 12 at halftime, but USC came back. 15-7 Southern Utah beat 16-6 Utah Valley 79-67. 14-8 Montana State beat Portland State 75-66. 15-7 Loyola Marymount beat Portland by 19 points. Loyola Marymount Shelton had 20 points in that game. 13-8 UC Davis beat Cal Bakersfield 79-58. 11-11 Cal State Fullerton beat 13-7 UC Irvine 62-61. Remember when Cal State Fullerton had a hell of a baseball team? They were like on the level of Vanderbilt and UCLA, but I don't know what happened to that. 15-7 Utah beat Oregon State 63-44. Number 6, 18-3 Arizona beat Washington State 63-58. Arizona's Tubelis 18 points, 12 rebounds. 13-9 Washington beat 15-6 Arizona State 69-66. Brooks Jr. for Washington 22 points, 7 rebounds. Friday 17-3 UC Santa Barbara beat 15-6 Hawaii by 1 point. 14-7 Siena beat 13-7 Iona, 70-53. 14-9 Purdue Fort Wayne lost to 13-9 Cleveland State, 79-74. 15-6 St. Louis beat Davidson, 74-70. 17-4 Kent State beat Buffalo, 74-68. 16-6 Youngstown State beat Oakland by 4 points. Number 25, 19-3 New Mexico beat Air Force, 81-73. New Mexico's Mashburn Jr., 24 points, 4 rebounds. That brings us to yesterday. 13-8 West Virginia beat number 15, 16-5 Auburn, 80-77. West Virginia Stevenson, 31 points, 6 rebounds. Bell Jr. had 15 points, 7 rebounds. Auburn's Williams, 18 points, 5 rebounds, followed by Broome, 15 points, 7 rebounds. West Virginia, 46% from the field. Auburn shot 49%. Still came up short, maybe because West Virginia shot 45% from three-point land. Who knows? Number 7, 16-3 Virginia beat Boston College, 76-57. 15-5 Northwestern beat Minnesota by 20 points. This guy from Northwestern, Aji, I'm not sure how to say his name, but he's always good. His numbers are always good. He scored 24 points, 4 rebounds in that one. 12-10 Vermont beat 14-9 UMBC, 74-68. In overtime, 14-9 Temple beat 13-8 Central Florida, 77-70. Battle for Temple, 26 points, 7 rebounds. Temple shot 46% from the field. UCF only shot 40%. 13-8 Creighton beat number 13, 17-5 Xavier, 84-67. Creighton's Colma, 20 points, 9 rebounds. Fremantle for Xavier, 18 points, 5 rebounds in that one. 10-10 New Hampshire beat 17-6 UMass Lowell, 69-64. 17-5 NC State beat 14-8 Wake Forest, 79-77. Burns for NC State, 31 points, nice, 9 rebounds. Joyner behind him had 17 points. For Wake Forest, Monsanto, 22 points, 4 rebounds. 15-8 Queens beat Stetson, 71-65. 14-7 American beat Navy, 73-69. 15-6 Toledo beat Bowling Green, 91-77. Shocker here. I didn't see this one coming. 12-9 Oklahoma beat number 2, 18-3 Alabama, 93-69. Oklahoma Sherfield, 30 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists. Hill had 26 points, 8 rebounds. Graves had 14 points, 12 rebounds. For Alabama, Griffin led the way, 15 points, 7 rebounds off the bench. Sears and Miller, they had 11 points each. OU, 58% from the field. Bama was 38%. OU was 69% from three-point land. Bama was 27%. OU was 84% from the free throw line. Bama was 62%. Both teams had 13 turnovers in this one. 15-5 Cornell beat Brown, 80-73. 9-12 Binghamton beat 13-8 Bryant, 84-67. 17-4 Fordham beat George Washington, 85-70. More for Fordham, 30 points, 8 rebounds on that one. 16-7 Colgate beat Lafayette, 69-57. 16-5 Missouri beat number 12, 15-5 Iowa State, 78-61. Brown from Missouri, 12 points, 12 rebounds. Holmes for Iowa State, 19 points, 4 rebounds. Number 16, 17-5 Marquette beat DePaul by 20 points. Joplin for Marquette, 28 points, 5 rebounds. 17-6 UNC Asheville beat Campbell, 78-65. 14-9 Indiana State beat Northern Iowa, 79-71. 15-6 Akron beat Ohio, 83-77. 14-9 Radford beat South Carolina Upstate by 3 points. 13-10 Wofford beat 14-9 Samford, 85-77. 12-10 Texas Tech beat 12-10 LSU, 76-68. LSU, like we said before, they start off 12-1. They've just been falling downhill ever since. I don't know what the hell is going on there. Number 3, 20-2 Houston beat 14-8 Cincinnati, 75-69. Walker for Houston, 25.7 rebounds. Behind him, Roberts, 14 points. Nolly's second from Cincinnati, 24.6 rebounds. Followed by Lakin, 15 points, 5 rebounds. Houston was down 11 points in the second half and rallied back to win this game. Cincinnati actually led by 7 at halftime, but Houston came back on that. 15-6 Duke beat Georgia Tech 86-43. 14-8 Western Illinois beat South Dakota State 81-73 in overtime. 15-6 Illinois beat 12-8 Wisconsin by 10, 61-51. Mayer for Illinois 26.6 rebounds. Hepburn for Wisconsin 15 points, 5 rebounds. Midway through the second half in this game, Illinois went on a 22-4 run. Freaking incredible. 19-4 Southern Miss beat Texas State 67-58. 15-7 UAB beat 15-6 Rice 70-52. 14-9 Morehead State beat 14-9 SIUE by 5 points. 15-7 UC Riverside beat UC San Diego 72-65. Number 17, 16-5 Baylor beat 14-7 Arkansas 67-64. Baylor's George 24 points, followed by Cryer, who had 20 points. Arkansas's Council the fourth, 25 points, followed by Davis, who had 16. Baylor shot only 34% from the field. Arkansas shot 51%. Somehow Baylor pulls it out and wins by 3. 12-8 Maryland Eastern Shore beat Coppin State 94-75. 13-8 UMass beat 14-8 Duquesne 87-79. Lewis for UMass 31 points, 5 rebounds. Grant from Duquesne 23 points, 10 rebounds on that one. 15-8 Hofstra beat number 18 21-2 Charleston. Charleston's not a bad team. Anyway, Hofstra beat them by 4, 85-81. Hofstra's Estrada 25 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, followed by Dubar 18 points, 8 rebounds. Brozvik for Charleston. Brzovic, Brozvik, 18 points, 8 rebounds. Hofstra 50% from the field. Charleston only 41%. Charleston shot 31 three-pointers and made 5 of them. 13-7 Grambling beat Jackson State 78-66. 15-8 James Madison beat UL Monroe 58-45. 15-7 Milwaukee beat Northern Kentucky by 1 point. 15-7 Pittsburgh beat number 20, 16-5 Miami, 71-68. Henson for the Panthers, 21 points, 8 rebounds. Burton, 19 points, 10 rebounds behind him. Miller from Miami, 18 points. Wong had 14 points, 6 rebounds. Pitt shot 40% from the field, while Miami shot 49% from the field. 17-6 Utah Valley beat New Mexico State by 5 points. 14-8 Dayton beat Richmond by 26 points. 13-9 Seton Hall beat Butler 70-49. Overtime, 13-8 Mississippi State beat number 11, 16-5 TCU, 81-74. Mississippi State Smith, 27 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, followed by Davis, who had 16 points. TCU's Bow, 19 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, followed by Miller, who had 13 points, 7 rebounds. Wells and Coles, they came off the bench for TCU, 12 points each. This win snaps a 5-game losing streak for Mississippi State. Mississippi State was, I think they were ranked like maybe number 1, but I know like 2 or 3 at the beginning of the season back in December, maybe even early January. And man, they've kind of fallen off a little bit. Number 21-1 Florida Atlantic beat Western Kentucky 70-63. 16-7 Towson beat William & Mary 92-73. Towson's Holden had 24 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. 14-7 Norfolk State beat South Carolina State 82-68. 14-7 Ball State beat Northern Illinois 87-69. 14-8 Northwestern State beat Lamar 80-65. 14-7 Maryland beat Nebraska 82-63. 15-8 UT Martin beat Southern Indiana 86-83 in overtime. Number 24, 14-8 Clemson beat Florida State 82-81. Man, kind of close there. Clemson's Tyson, 27.7 rebounds. While that game was going on, I was watching another one, but while that one was going on Twitter, everybody's like, oh my God, Clemson's going to lose to Florida State. Watch. And I was like, really? I never turned it over to check it out because I was watching my game, but they pulled it out and won by 1 point. 17-6 Kennesaw State beat Lipscomb 85-72. 11-12 Pacific beat 16-7 Santa Clara 95-89. Boone for Pacific, 27 points in that one. 16-7 Eastern Washington beat Weber State by 4 points. Number 6, 19-3 Arizona beat 13-10 Washington 95-72. Arizona's Tobias 25 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Huskies, Brooks Jr., 25 points, 6 rebounds. We talk about Brooks Jr. a lot when Washington plays. He's a pretty damn good player here in the country. 15-7, Stephen F. Austin beat 16-6 Seattle, 79-65. 11-11, St. Bonaventure beat 16-6 VCU, 61-58. 18-5, North Texas beat UTEP by 10 points. 14-9, Eastern Kentucky beat Bellarmine by 10 points. 18-5, Liberty beat 14-9 Florida Gulf Coast, 74-57. 18-5, Marshall beat Georgia State, 103-65. Number 14, 18-4, Gonzaga beat Portland, 82-67. Stronger for Gonzaga, 40 points, 6 rebounds. Damn. 14-6 Yale beat 14-6 Princeton, 87-65. 17-5 Utah State beat Fresno State, 70-53. 13-8 Va Tech beat 13-9 Syracuse, 85-70. Basile for Virginia Tech, 25 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Mintz for Syracuse, 21 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists. Number 5, 18-3 Kansas State beat 12-9 Florida, 64-50. Johnson for Kansas State, 13 points, 11 rebounds, followed by Knoll, 13 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. Castleton for Florida, always talking about him, 13 points, 8 rebounds. Richard and Jones, 11 points each. Kansas State, 38% from the field. Florida, 31% from the field. 14-7 Georgia beat South Carolina, 81-78 in overtime. Good game here I watched. Number 4, 18-3 Tennessee beats number 10, 17-4 Texas, 82-71. Tennessee's, how do you say this guy's name? Kamahoa, I think that's it. Kamahoa. 27 points, 8 rebounds. Ziegler, 22 points, 3 rebounds, 10 assists. Texas' Rice, he's leading scorer, 21 points off the bench. Carr was the only starter with double-digit points, which is 11 points. Tennessee shot 56% from the field. Texas shot 44%. Tennessee out-rebounded Texas, 38-24. Tennessee led by 22 at one point in this game, in the second half of this game. Led by 22 points. First half, Texas went, 5-6 minutes without scoring. Tennessee scored those times and capitalized, scored 9 points in that time. Tennessee was just on all night. Texas was almost there. I mean, they really were. They were right there, but every time they started getting closer, Tennessee would just do what Tennessee does and kind of end that. 11-11, Florida Atlantic beat 13-9 Middle Tennessee, 82-74. 13-10, Wright State beat Green Bay, 77-46. Wright State's Calvin had 18 points. Green Bay, the longest acting losing streak in Division I right now at 13 games. 13-9, Cal Baptist beat UT Rio Grande Valley, 58-64. 10-13, Washington State, beats 15-7 Arizona State, 75-58. Washington State's Jakimoski, 22.7 rebounds. Collier for Arizona State, 16 points, 6 rebounds. Washington State shot 37% from the field. Arizona State shot 34% from the field. Washington State made 14 three-pointers. Arizona State only made 5. Arizona State also only had 5 offensive rebounds. 17-5 Boise State beat Colorado State, 80-59. 18-4 Louisiana beat Georgia Southern, 94-87. Louisiana's Williams Jr., 21 points. 12-10 Tarleton State beat 14-8 Grand Canyon, 81-62. 12-9 Oklahoma State beat Ole Miss, 82-60. 19-4 Oral Roberts beat Nebraska Omaha, 73-64. Number 9, another one I watched that was good. Number 9, 17-4 Kansas beat 14-7 Kentucky, 77-68 at Kentucky. Kansas Williams, 22 points, 8 rebounds, followed by Adams Jr., who had 17 points. Kentucky's Tashebi, I think that's how you say his name. I can never say his name. Anyway, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Wallace and Toppins, 14 points each. Kansas, 49% from the field. Kentucky was also 49% from the field. But Kansas was better at 3-point and free throws all last night. Kentucky and Kansas combined for 8 offensive rebounds each. I think Kentucky only had 2, if I remember right, but they combined for 8. Kansas took the lead midway through the first half, never looked back. Defense fought off everything Kentucky threw at them. Even though Tashubi, how you say his name, Tashubi, he was open a lot. But I don't know, Kentucky, they just didn't want to give it to him. I don't know. Ball hogs, whatever you call it, I don't know. 15-6 Indiana beat Ohio State 86-70. 10-12 South Dakota beat St. Thomas, Minnesota 81-67. 15-6 Texas A&M beat Vanderbilt 72-66. 14-7 UC Irvine beat Cal State Northridge 81-56. 13-9 Oregon beat 15-8 Utah 68-56. Cousinard for Oregon, 18 points, 5 rebounds, followed by Richardson, who had 12 points. For Utah is Stefanovic, 14 points, 4 rebounds, off the bench doing that, mind you. Carlson behind him, 13 points, 8 rebounds. 17-4 San Diego State beat 13-9 San Jose State, 72-51. San Diego State's Johnson, 16 points, 8 rebounds. San Jose State's Vajola, 12 points off the bench. Battle of the Axe, I guess it's the Battle of the Axe in basketball too, I don't know. Stanford beats Cal, 75-46. Number 22, 19-4 St. Mary's beat 14-10 BYU, 57-56. Johnson for St. Mary's, 14 points. Hall had 23 points for BYU. St. Mary's shot 43% from the field and from three-point land. 15-8 Montana State beat Sacramento State 72-65. 14-7 UNLV beat 16-6 Nevada by 6. 15-9 San Francisco beat San Diego 94-81. Shabazz for San Francisco, always talking about him too. 26 points, 5 rebounds. 16-7 Loyola Marymount beat Pepperdine 84-70. Shelton for Loyola Marymount, 26 points in that one. Last but not least, 16-6 Hawaii. Hawaii bounces back from the loss they had the other night. Beat Cal Bakersfield 72-69. Hippa for Hawaii, 17 points, 7 rebounds. That is it. If you're going to stay and watch sports all day, got a couple Big Ten basketball games might be pretty good. Some later on. NFL playoffs. Anyway, hey. Tomorrow's Monday. Sucks, but what are we going to do? Keep busy. Be safe. Before you know it, weekend will be here again. So, see you next time.